Hi everyone, this is Lisa with Lisa Plans. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I wanted to come out here and show you how I make my covers and my dashboards that I make in Canva, and I find images out of Pinterest, which is what we're looking at right now. And I upload those to Walgreens. I print them out. I laminate them sometimes. But I'm going to show you like how I do all of my photo stuff today. So I thought that might be fun to bring you guys along. I need to make some covers. I want to make covers for my recipe meal plan book I'm making. I am going back on Weight Watchers, and 2 years ago, I lost 40 pounds on Weight Watchers. And I went back to look at the foods that I was eating and the menus and things that I was eating during that time that got me to that weight loss goal. Um, I have a long way to go, but I mean, I lost 40 pounds. So I'm like looking through my app, Weight Watchers, and it didn't keep any of my recipes or menus or anything. Kind of devastated. I still have sort of a book, but it's very large. It's a huge 3-ring binder of some recipes that I have, but I also tweak those a lot to get to my recipes and meals that I was eating that were low in points. So I wanted to just make a mini discbound book. I thought, how perfect, what a great size, what a great format. um, Mini disc to put all of my, breakfast, lunches, dinners, snacks that I was eating. Hopefully, I can recreate what, you know, had me lose 40 pounds. So, and maybe I can take you guys along with me. If you guys are interested in that part of it, I might do another video if it's working and show you guys what, is are the actual foods and recipes and meal plans that I'm using to lose weight because it was working. I am hypothyroid, menopausal, all the things, and it was working. So, and I stopped because I went on Zepbound. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, let's go ahead and see if we can't recreate, not recreate, but create a menu book, recipe book. And first, I want to make the covers and I might make some dashboards. Um, I actually do have this kit that is scrapbook paper. I have this scrapbook kit upstairs that I wanted to use. And I wanted to keep some of the same colors, some of the same aesthetic as this. So I thought it kind of looked a little, retros 50 maybe with this, mixer stand. And also I want to incorporate maybe some foods, like maybe some strawberries or farm table. I'm not really sure yet. I actually started downloading a few, but I don't know if I want to use these. They don't really scream, except for this one, farm table. This one actually looks pretty good. But I thought I would go out there and just search for some things and show you guys how I search, how I download it, and what do I do to get that cover that I make. That's 10 mil laminate. I'll show you like the whole process of what I do to make my covers and dashboards. They're a lot of fun to make. They are a lot of work and they take a lot of time. But I think they're worth it if you are looking for, a whole discbound aesthetic because, of course, discbound is 100% customizable. So you can do just about anything you want. So with that scrapbook kit in mind, I think I want to change my search parameters here. So I just have Pinterest up. Pinterest is free. I think you have to log in and make an account. But I think it is free. So I think I want to do more of a 1950s kitchen theme. Do I want photos or graphics? Let's put in graphics first and see what comes up. This is pretty awesome. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff that comes up. You can find just about anything out here. It's pretty ridiculous. So I think the 50s retro might be a good choice, but now I'm thinking maybe I want photographs instead. Although this would match the kit that I have, the scrapbook kit, if I go with more of a graphic, but yeah, I don't think I want people. I'm not really sure what I want, and most of the time when I come out here, I have more of an idea, like more of a solid idea of what I want. This is super cute. I think I'm gonna put in photos instead of graphics. But I wanted to show you that you could do either one of these. There's so many things you could put up here to find images um, without people. I don't want people in it. But it's going to show me people. Gosh darn it. So I guess we're just going to have to deal with that. Um, so it's really just coming out here and looking and see what's out here. Really don't want people. I really like that photo. And it keeps showing me things that are there are graphics too. It kinda remembers, like, what you inputted too, which kinda stinks, but, here about well, maybe this, maybe a 1950s diner aesthetic, or do I wanna stick with more of a farmhouse? I think I wanna stick with more of the farmhouse theme. Let's see. Farmhouse. This is super cute. I like this. It's a little dark. So when you go look for your images that you're going to use for your HP Mini cover, um, when you're going through here, you want to look for pictures that are less cluttered. You want them to be kind of clean and simple and basic. So I haven't really figured out a way to search in Pinterest for like simple photo. I guess I could put simple photo. I don't know if it's going to do it or not, but not really. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's going to. In fact, it might even kind of mess up your search results. But I could put in colors. It does do colors. So you could do, let's do 1950s red and teal kitchen photo. That might work. There we go. This is better. This is pretty simple. I don't know if I like it though. I mean, the simpler, the better. This one's kind of cool. I kind of like this one with the fridge. Um, the one that was a few searches back, though, that I should have grabbed it. 'Cause I think I would have used it. Mm-hmm. Also, when you're going through here, Pinterest will have these things called More to Explore. So you can do kitchen with red accents, 50s kitchen, 1940s kitchen might work too. Let's click on that. You can just, click around here like crazy and just find different things. I don't think we're going to find. This one's kind of cute. It's a little busy. Looking for simple. This might be hard to find simple. Um, Another thing you want to be careful of when you are out here taking photographs, this one might be kind of cool. This one is good. Well, there's several things you want to look for. So for this one, it's very simple. It's got some, simple, I want to say lines. It's less cluttered than some of these other ones. If you can see, this pie one's really cute too. In fact, there are pies uh, in here. Okay, so when you find an image that you like, you click on it. It brings up this little, splash square. brings it up larger in this little square, and it's also gonna bring up, like, images that are similar to what you clicked on. What you're gonna wanna do is click on these 2 arrows, to make this view larger, and you're gonna click on View Larger, and what I do from this, I just right click and do Save Image As. It's gonna bring up your File Explorer window, and here, you're gonna wanna change the file name because look at what junk it pulls up. So, we're gonna do Farm Kitchen, and I'm just gonna, like, do an '01. You can name it whatever you want, it doesn't really matter. Um, and then you're gonna X out of that, and then you can still look for a few other things through here. Sometimes it will say AI modified. I prefer the ones that are actually AI modified because a lot of times they are sharper images, they are more simple images, and they are probably not copyrighted. Um, so I don't want to take anything that has copyright. If it has like a logo or someone's name, I won't download it. But if it looks like it's something from a stock image or it's definitely AI modified, then it's probably okay to take. Um, a lot of times you don't even see an artist involved here. It's just the image. Like, this is just from decor ideas, I guess. Obviously someone took the photo, but we don't know, who or what. It's kind of hard to credit people out here, I think. There are some really cute kitchen ideas in here. This one's super cute too. I mean, I could probably use this, but it's got a name on here, so I'm not going to use it. So that might be someone's art, so I'm probably not going to use it. Some of these other ones you'll see that are more of a square. I'm not even going to click on those. I could click on it, but it's not going to be the right shape for 5x7. This is, a perfect square. So it's HP Mini is not a perfect square. It is kind of, like a photograph, 4 by even narrower than a 5x7. Um, this is super cute, but it's not really the theme. This one would work really well. Um, but it's a square, and it's also, I think it's a jigsaw puzzle. A lot of times you'll come out here and look for photos, and they're actually, if you click on it, it'll take you to an Amazon jigsaw puzzle page. I'm like, no, don't want that. Um, just looking for photos. So this one's really cute. Sometimes I'll click on stuff just to see what other things it brings up, to see if it fits my aesthetic. This is kinda not, though. These are so busy. These are really busy. This is cute, though. Um, I really like artwork, but a lot of times, if you're looking through these and you click on something that's artwork, it will have, like, a name on it or copyright because obviously somebody, drew it or colored it or something. Um, this one's super cute, but it's so busy. Super cute, very busy. Um, I think I might have enough for the cover. Um, isn't this cute? I kind of like this though. Though it doesn't really fit my theme completely. Let's go back to the cute little cat. 1950s farmhouse photo. I might just get an actual farmhouse, but I could put something like this on the front. Maybe I don't want a photo though. Maybe I want graphic for this. Let's try graphic. We could try to keep the whole aesthetic a graphic. But I'm not seeing anything that will. This is cute, but I don't want biscuits. I don't want biscuits on my cover. Oh, this one's cute. This one would work. That really goes with the theme. 100%, yeah. So you can see you can get lost in here, right? You can just get lost through all of it. I want this one. I think I'm gonna do this one as my cover. I really like it. Um, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do this one as the cover. This one's cool. It's got the pie, it's got, all the colors. It's got the spoons and everything. It really does match my kit. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And then we're gonna jump out to Canva and I'll show you how I make the cover. Let's get to it. Burning daylight, people. Burning daylight. All right, so the first thing I do is I hit the create button. First, you want to open up Canva. If you don't have an account, it's free. There are paid versions, but I just use the free one. Have used the paid one in the past, but so far I haven't really needed it. Click on create, and then I go to custom size. And then when you go to Walgreens, um, I usually print photos out 10 by 8 when I do HP Mini. So you want to select 10 by 8, which essentially is, of course, 8 by 10. But you want to kind of make this landscape. And then you're going to go to uploads. Sorry, this is not showing the whole. See if I can move it. There, that's a little better. Okay, you want to click on uploads. And then you're going to upload files. You can see I've already done all these strawberries. And these bunnies, aren't they cute? Um, so I'm going to upload files and I'm going to look and see. These are my downloads. So what I want to do is click on desktop since I saved all those to my desktop. I want to click on farm table cover and you can use your control button to pick more. So I think I'm going to do that real quick. I'm just going to pick like the ones that I think this is going to be not the right aesthetic, so I'm going to keep those out. I just want to keep it to the scrapbook kit that I have. I want to keep the colors and the theme kind of the same. All right, so now they're in my uploads. So all you have to do is click on this and you'll see that it comes up. And then what I want to do is resize this. So I'm just going to move it and I want to resize this to the width is 5.25 and the height is going to be 7.25. So I make it a little bit larger than the HP Mini like actual insert size because I want this to cover my divider tabs and also just be a little bit larger. So I'll put these measurements below. But what I usually do is click and drag the side until I see what size I want. So this is going to be 7.25. I usually do like 7.2. I could do 7.4 even. And then 5.25. I'm going to decide which side that I want to make smaller. So actually, maybe I want to make it a little bit, maybe I want to do 7.2. I usually try to do it a little bit larger. That way I can cut it and I make sure that, I have enough of the graphic to actually make the whole 7.25 cover. So I might just do 5.4 here and I can always cut it. So, but we have a problem though, right? I think I usually do 5. Do I do 5? Maybe I do 5 because this is going to be too it's going to be too long. I think now I'm remembering. I don't think I do it this way. So scratch that. And you could make dashboards. Let's just run in here and make a couple dashboards real quick. Let's do this one as a dashboard. So my dashboards, I keep the same size. I do 7 by 4.6. So in here, I might do this, 7.4.7. So depending on which side you want to punch, um, I usually punch this side and then I'll make this one 4.6. And then sometimes I'll edit this. So right now, this is making me think that I need to edit this a little bit. It looks a little dark. So you can come in here, click edit, and then click adjust. Or you can choose some of these filters, but I just choose adjust and then I'll just fiddle with it until I like it. I usually don't mess with these tints and temperatures though. Brightness though I do. I might pump it up a little bit. I might do a little contrast depending. I don't think it needs more contrast. You want to be careful how much that you fiddle with these settings because sometimes I get my photo from Walgreens. I'm like, oh man, I overdid it. So you can overdo these on the side. You want to just be really careful. It still looks kind of dark to me. And sometimes it does this. It'll like be weird and I have to go back in. Select it, click edit, adjust, and then I think it actually looks pretty good now. I'll come down here and also mess around with the sharpness. I do make it a little sharper. Like I might do like 13 or 10. If you go any more, like 36, like wow, that's just looks a little weird. But I do tend to sharpen it a little bit more. And then clarity, sometimes I'll mess with that a little bit. You can do too much clarity too. And I think it makes the picture a little bit sharper. Um, I think that looks pretty good. Do I want to mess with vibrance? Saturation. I mean, you can move these sliders like crazy and just see what you can do. That's kind of fun. Um, I actually do want a little bit pinkier. Okay. So now that I've got it how I like it, um, what I'm going to do is duplicate it. So there is a duplicate at the top. So I'm going to click duplicate and then I'm just going to slide it next to this one. So you have all the same photographic adjustments you made to the last one. I usually duplicate it after I've done the adjustments. That way everything stays exactly the same. Then I'm going to take this one, I'm going to flip it. You don't have to flip it, especially if it has words on it, but I flip it. So I have a front and back image, and I want to make this flush, top and bottom, just so you'll see like a little, what do you call it, dashed line at the top. If you move it around, this is perfect. So I want to keep it flush with this one. That way, when you go to cut it, you cut at the top and bottom, and it's going to be straight and it's going to be just the right size. It's a little trickier doing the vertical cuts. The horizontal ones at the top and bottom are easy, but it's the tricky ones are here because you want to make sure you're cutting these exact same size when you get them back. So I'll show you all that when I get it back. So I really like this. So I'm going to save this. So at the top, I'm going to click share and I'm going to click download. And it's going to go in my download folder somewhere. So it's going to download. And there you have it. So there's a dashboard. Do I want to make another dashboard? Why not? Let's do one more. Let's do this one. This is so cute. I wasn't really planning on making dashboards for my menu book, but why not? So we're going to do 7, and then we're going to make this a little bit smaller width-wise. 4.6. So I do 4.6 by 7. And then do I want to edit this? It looks pretty good, but I think I'm still going to try to brighten it up, sharpen it just a tad. Yeah, that's really cute. We could play with highlights. I don't know. No, it didn't do anything. This picture actually looks really good on its own, but I still like to come out here and pump up the sharpness just a tad. because I'm weird that way. Okay. So, and then once I am fine with my edits, then I come up here and I do a duplicate. And we're going to make sure they're exactly horizontal to each other. And then we're going to flip it. And like I said, you don't have to flip it. You can just make the other reverse image of this, you know, what do I want to say? Exactly like this one. But keep in mind where it punches is going to be like this one's going to punch on this side, and then this one's going to punch on actually this side on the right hand side. This one's going to punch on the left. This one's going to punch on the right. So these are going to be like, opposite of each other. So it'll be more apparent when you see me cut it. But you don't have to do it that way. This can also punch, if we unflip it, it would still punch on the right hand side, but you're going to cut into the watering can a bit here. Here it's going to punch into the strawberries, if that makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense. I know when I first started doing this, I'm like, where am I punching? I have no idea what's going on here. So, all right, cool. So we could just delete these and even make another one if we want to. Do I want to make another one? I kind of want to make one out of this. Do I want to make it out of this? Let's do this one because it's going to look a little weird. I want to prove a point here. So we're going to make this 7. Oh, maybe I'm lying. I'm totally lying. So, yeah, this one's a little different. So this one's a little narrower. So when you go to pull this out to 4.6, it's going to make this whole kitchen image look a little bit larger. So this is not the best picture to use. So it took off some of the floor and it took off some of the sides. Actually, no, I lied. It didn't take off any of the sides. It took off some of the floor though. So maybe we want more of the floor and we want less of the ceiling. So we could drop this down to 6.8, lift it up, and then drop this down to 7, and we have our floor. So you just kind of have to fiddle with it in here and see how you want it. I'm going to edit it, of course, click adjust, and I'm just going to brighten it. Do I need to brighten it? You know what? No, I don't need to brighten this one. Let's just leave it at 3, whatever. Contrast. I think I'd like a little bit more contrast on this one though. You want to be careful how much you use though, and how much you fiddle with it, because you can get it to look kind of weird. If it does this, if it spaces out on you, just click in the empty area, click the photo again, click edit, click adjust. You just have to kind of go back out. I don't know why it does that. It hadn't been doing that. I don't know why it's doing that, but it's doing that. This one doesn't really need to be sharpened a lot either. There's really not a lot to mess with in this photo. You can actually put text on here. I'll show you how to do that when I make my cover. But there is a text, and it'll create a text box, and you have to drag and click that text box where you want it. But I don't want text on this one. It's fine just how it is. So I'm going to duplicate this one. And then we're going to flip it. There we go. Cool. So this one is going to punch into the refrigerator, and this side is also going to punch into the refrigerator. You have to be careful though if you have text in here. You'll see that the word, I think that's Frigidaire, I'm not sure. Whatever the name of this refrigerator is, it's backwards in this picture. So I'm cool with that. I don't really care. But if there's something that I want in the photo that is a word, but I want it to be legible, and then on the other side, you can't really flip it because it'll mess up the words. So I mean, you can still make the dashboard, you just don't want to flip it. But you want to be careful where you want it punched though. Okay, so I'm kind of happy with this one. I think we got enough dashboards. So I'm going to click share and then click download, download. It'll go into my downloads. I might have done 2. I don't even know. Um, okay, cool. So now I'm gonna make those covers. So I think I've got enough dashboards. I don't think I want to make this. Did I already make this into a dashboard? I don't even know. Maybe I did. Um, did I make this one? Do I care about this one? It's really cute though, isn't it? But this one's a really dark photo. I kind of like it bigger. I kind of like the way this looks. Uh, let's just do it. Um, I want to brighten it up a lot, and I want to add a lot of contrast. Yeah, I want to mess with this one a lot. um, shadows. I kind of like more shadow. You just kind of have to fiddle with it the way you like. And I'm really messing with this one, so it might not be. This might not be a good thing. You gotta be really careful because when you get that photo back from Walgreens, you're gonna be like, "What? What did I do to it?" You gotta be really careful. Highlights. Maybe I want it like that. Whites. And it's kind of funny when you go through here and mess with stuff. You can actually mess with it enough where it looks like the original photo. It's like, why did I even do that? Why? Why did I do it? Um, ooh, I do like it sharpened though. It was pretty messed up. Clarity? Do I want the clarity? I kind of like a lot of the clarity. I kind of like these cabinets popping. I don't know why. All right, I kind of like that. So we're going to duplicate it and it's going to punch where the curtains are on this side on the, when you're flipping through, it's going to, what do I want to say? This is going to be like your default right hand side and this is going to be the left hand side. So we're going to flip it. So now it's going to punch in the curtain again, and this is going to be your, reverse side. I want this to be, will it be perfect? There. I don't know why it's not perfect at top though. Yeah, it is perfect. Okay. Cool. So we got another one. So it takes a lot of time to figure out which ones you want, upload them, download them, mess with them. Yeah. All right, so now we're going to make our cover, which is why we came out here. We're going to get rid of this. We need to, I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I'm not cool enough to do that. We're just going to create a new design, custom size, and we're going to do 8 by 10. So you're going to create two 8 by 10s if you're going to make the cover, because I want that cover to be 5.5 inches wide. And if you're going to do the landscape 8 by 10, obviously you can't have 5.5 and 5.5 and make 10. It makes 11. So, um, basic math, I know. So the cover, we wanted to use this, right? So let's see. I want to make it, I think it was already sized that way. 5.5 by 7.4. I just like it to be a little taller because I think I can cut it. I can cut this down here or up here and it's going to be fine. Um, do I want it this wide though? I don't think so. 5.5. What did I say my measurements were? Oh, 5.25 and 7.25. So I'm terrible with math. I'm terrible with what Canva says here because obviously 7.5 is 7.5, but I don't want 7.5. I want 7.25. So I'm thinking it's going to be like 7.2, 7.3. So I'm going to do 7.3 and call it a day. And the 5, I'm going to do 5.3. And that'll give me enough to fiddle with just in case. I can even make it this size. Um, I don't know if I want to fiddle with what do I want to fiddle with? I don't know if I want to edit this, but I still like to sharpen it a bit. I just like them if it's just sharp. Call me crazy. Did it sharpen? This is kind of a more of an art graphic, so it might not matter. I don't think it's mattering here. The clarity might. I think it looks pretty good as is though. Um, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep it like this. Wow, I really did sharpen that crap out of this. I'm gonna bring this down to, you can also even type in here to 10. And then I'm gonna drop my clarity down a little bit too. It's looking a little too sharp, like, whoa. Okay, so I think that looks really good. Or do I want it sharper again? Let's try it. Let's look. Okay. I know. I'm sorry. Uh, do I wanted the clarity? Maybe it was clarity I wanted. A little bit more. You can tell it's kind of popping up the colors on the stove a little bit. I kind of like that. And making things a little darker. Okay, I do like that. Um, Now it's gonna do that thing where it gets weird. Okay. Okay, I think I like it like that. And then next, I wanted to do a text box because we want to add on here that this is my, what is this? What do I want to call it? Because I keep having trouble with that, even this video. What do I want to call it? Menu book, menu plan. I could not even put a text on here. Let's just do menu plan because it's going to be like a collection of different meals. I could put meal plan. Do I want to put meal plan? Let's do meal plan. I don't know why, but it just seems better. Okay, so meal plan, and then we're going to use this where you see where it comes up with all the, the 4 arrows. You're going to use that and lift it up to where you want it. That's where I want it. And then I don't want to stretch all the way across necessarily. I'm terrible with this too. I don't even really know what I'm doing with this. All right, so that's kind of where I want it to be, but you can see there's stuff underneath it. So I don't want this font and I don't want this color and I don't want this size. I definitely want it to be a lot larger. I want a different font. Especially want it to be larger, large and in charge. So what do I want? Maybe something like this takes me a long time. I'm going to try not to make this a long time. But you can go through here, that looks pretty. And decide what font you like. I'm going to try to do this fast though because I could be out here for hours messing around with the font. My December cover that I made, I can't tell you how long that made. I looked for that crazy font. Oh my gosh. But I guess I just like doing this, so I kind of want one that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. Um, I want one that's fat. So when you're going through here and looking for fonts, you want something that's got a lot of darkness to it. Um, like doesn't have thin. I don't want thin, even though that looks really pretty. I want something that looks I don't want something boring. I kind of like that actually. What was the one I just said that looked really pretty? Like you can just do this all day. Seriously. Ooh, I like that one a lot. I think I really like that one. I kind of like that stamp look. You can also drag it. What's this one? Carotene. That is weird. Uh, you can also, if you lose your font, just click up here where the font name is, and you'll get this list back. I really like that one that we had up here, though. Where to go? And when I'm going through here, a lot of times I will like write down what I liked. I like this one a lot. It really matches. This one matches, um, like almost perfectly the theme. So we're gonna keep this one. And what do I want to do with the color? So Canva's pretty smart. It will actually pull out the colors in your photo, and you can choose one that matches. So that's really pretty. That matches the tomatoes. That's a little blendy blendy. That's not even going to show up. Um, I really like the brown. That's super nice. So I also want to go look through here. This font, some of these fonts you'll see have arrows next to them. So you're going to want to look through here and see if there's like a bolder one. I think I just lost my font. Trocut, is that it? Um, my mouse is doing weird things. Sorry. And I don't know where I found it. But I don't want to change the font. Um, so another thing you could try to do if there's an option is to use the bold and see what that looks like. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's nice. Okay. So as you can see here, though, you can also drag this around and center it. I think I want to keep it above the spoons and everything, and I still want it on top of this thing, or I could like bring it down here. That's kind of cool. You have to also remember where you're going to punch this. So you don't necessarily have to have it straight in the middle. You could make it a little bit more to the right. So hopefully I didn't do my right and left wrong in the last part where I did the cover, or not the covers, but the dashboards. Oh no, I hope I didn't do that. But there we go, right in the middle. And then you see how we still have this thing underneath it though? That really bugs me. So we're gonna close this out, and then we're gonna go to effects at the top, and then I'm going to do a background and see how it takes that out. Now there are several options. We can take the roundness out and make it more of a square, or we can make it super round. I kind of like it more square, but slightly rounded. I don't like it completely square. And then we can change the spread. You don't have to have it that much white around it. And then the transparency, you can actually see a little bit of the stuff underneath it, so it's not so crazy. Okay. I think that looks really pretty. Yeah. Okay, cool. So then you click off of it and you can see what it looks like. Um, do I still like this font? Oh my goodness. I think I'm still going to keep it, but do I want this right here? I could change it to where it's right here on the spoon. I kind of like it. Maybe even a little bit more to the side. Huh. It's gonna look more centered if you move it a little bit from the edge because that edge is gonna be punched and it's gonna have discs right here. So it's kind of important to get it away from this part, the left-hand side, just a little bit. Not too crazy, but like maybe right there. Do I want it down farther? No, I still kind of like it up. I think right there might be pretty cool. I'm kind of picky about where I put stuff. Um, that is super cute. I really like this. I think I want it over just a little bit though. But I don't want it, I want to be careful that I don't put it directly in the middle. I like that. But I kind of like it down too. I don't know. Mm, let's do it right there. Right there. Right there. Okay, so we're gonna do it right here. I don't know if you're screaming at your screen right now, going, "No, move it up, move it down." I know. I do that when I'm watching videos. Like, stop, don't do it. Okay, so we got the front. This is the front. Now what we're gonna do for the back is I don't necessarily want the title on my back cover page, so I will actually just delete the title. And then I will do the flippity flip again. Flip horizontal. I don't know if it's really going to matter so much with this one. It looks pretty much the same, but this side on the right is where it's going to punch on the back. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to download this to my computer. And are you guys having fun yet? I hope so. All right, so that is the fun part. The fun part is that, well, it's all kind of fun, but because I like searching for images, but I really like Canva. It's fun to come out here and play. But that's really the basic way you can make dashboards and covers. So in Canva. So hopefully that made sense. um, I'm not very good with this tool, but I'm sure there's way better ways to do things out here, but that's just how I do it. So after we're done with Canva, we are going to log into my Walgreens photo account. So I close all this out. You guys can see what I've uploaded lately. I made all these strawberry dashboards for April. I really need to get back to work. Okay. And I'm going to go to photos. So you're going to go Walgreens or wherever you get your photos up, printed, developed, whatever. You can use whatever photo service you use. I just use Walgreens because I can either go pick it up really quick. It's an hour. To get the processing time. It only takes me 10 minutes to drive up there. But yeah, it only takes, 10 minutes to drive up there, an hour to get it ready. Or I can choose to have it delivered to my house, which I've done before. I will probably be out running around at some point this week. So I'll go ahead and do a store. So you guys are going to see, I guess, where I live or what store I use. Uh, so you can go to upload and you're going to upload from your computer. Hopefully you caught that. Sorry, I went through that real quick. So you're at the Walgreens store home for photo. You're going to click on upload and then my computer. You can also do your phone, Google Photos, Facebook, whatever. But I choose my computer because that's where I downloaded everything. And then I'm going to pop in my username, password, everything, PIN, blah, blah, blah. That's my, I'll do a text to my phone to get in here. Whoops. 15. There we go. And you're going to go in here and you're going to click upload. my computer, select photos, and then I'm going to select the ones that I just made. And it brings me to my default home page in Windows 11. You're going to want to drop it down to downloads or wherever you saved it. If you're more computer savvy, if you save it in a different area, just go to where you saved it. And then I'm going to click on the first one, hit my control button, and just pick all of these and click open. It's going to upload all these. And then once they're done, you can click order prints. You can see all the ones I've done lately. These bunnies. I love the bunnies. These are some of the ones I did for February. I gotta do that flip. That was a weird planner for February I had. All right, aren't these cute? They're all so cute. So when you have these up here, these are all 8 by 10s. You have to remember these are 8 by 10s. So you're going to select all these, hit the select all button, add to order, and it's going to auto load these as 4 by 6 prints. You don't want 4 by 6 prints. So you're going to click at the very top where it says quick order. You're going to get rid of the 4 by 6 and do 8 by 10. That will change all of these to 8 by 10. As you can see, they're $4.49 a print. They are not cheap. But when you go through here and you use Honey, if you have Honey in your browser, it will look for coupons, and I usually get them half off. So this will probably end up being about $12, I guess, which isn't too bad. I usually click matte. You can either choose glossy or matte. It really just depends on your preference. I always choose matte, and I do proceed to cart. And then here you can see apply coupons. It'll apply the coupon. So yeah, see, it's only going to be like 12 bucks with tax. I mean, that's the full price. So and why it chose the 17.96. Excuse me. Why did it only take $4 off? Because there was another one that had that. So any kind home 60. Oh, lucky 50 print welcome. It won't do it now. It showed it. So I don't really want to pay 17 something. Print for you. Any kind. I wonder. Last success all walls. I wonder what that one is. Color 50. There we go. 1122. So if you have Honey, you're going to click up here and you're going to click here. And I don't want the automated. So I guess it's better to go down here and just try some of these. There's a ton of them. So just try some of these coupon codes and see which ones work. All right. So I think I'm going to end the video here because the next part's going to show credit card information, where this is printing, and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I'm just going to pick it up once I'm done ordering this. I check out, pay for it. I usually pay for it in store. But yeah, you just pick your store, pick where you want to get it, just however you do your photos, and that's it. That's it for the photo order. So next, after I check out, I'll probably pick this up I might pick it up tomorrow. Um, Once I get these in, I will show you what they look like on camera. Then we're going to cut them up, and then we're going to laminate some of these. Not all of them. My dashboards I won't laminate, but my cover I'll laminate with my 10 mil laminator. And then, yeah, then I'll cut it, and I'll show you how I make the punch holes. I don't use a regular Levenger punch for that or Happy Planner punch. I just use a regular old hole punch. And I cut the slits for the mushrooms. So I'll show you how I do that. And then we'll make our menu plan book. Yay! see. So I still have to think about what I want to put in my menu plan book. So that's another thing. But I wanted to show you how I do the covers and dashboards. So, all right. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you liked it. And I will see you in the next video.